In the early days of the Epstein scandal, the third, I guess, iteration of the Epstein scandal that we're currently living through right now, Lara Trump, the daughter-in-law of President Donald Trump, did an interview with Donald that aired on her, I think it's only on streaming, maybe it's on the weekends, whatever, Fox News program. And they kind of talked about it. And Lara Trump seemed to be in agreement with her father-in-law, Donald. She was doing some damage control for him, trying to aid in the cover-up. But that assistance didn't last very long, because immediately after all of this, there was the huge public backlash, and of course, Lara Trump got caught up in the middle of it by trying to run interference for her father-in-law. So Lara Trump immediately changed her tune. So last week, Lara Trump went around doing the media rounds. She went on the Benny Johnson show. She went on Stuart Varney's show last Thursday on Fox Business, saying that we need more transparency and honesty from this administration. The administration being run by her father-in-law, Lara Trump, is now accusing of not being open enough, not being honest enough, and of course, not being transparent enough. But Lara, while calling out her father-in-law, also insisted he was doing everything right. It's the other people in the administration that are clearly not doing the right things. Here's what happened. Stuart Varney on Thursday asked Lara, quote, "You said that the White House needs, quote, more transparency on Epstein. What exactly do you want to see happen?" And Varney was, of course, referring to what Lara had said on the Benny Johnson podcast a day or two prior. And Lara responded by saying, well, I think this is what people want to see happen. It's amazing because you look at this president, and Stuart, he really has been a president for truth and transparency. Look at all the things that he was able to expose that so many presidents before him couldn't. The fake news media, as he calls them, right? The legacy media having such a bias against Republicans, against him. Really? The swamp in D.C.? None of that. Let me read the question again in case anybody forgot it. You said the White House needs, quote, more transparency on Epstein. What exactly do you want to see happen? What do you want to see happen? And Lara Trump's like, well, I mean, he's done a lot of these, a lot of things have happened in the media's fake news media is really what he calls them. And there's the deep state and the swamp. And yep. Nowhere in there was an answer, Lara. Like, not even close. It reminds me of the clip from Billy Madison. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having heard you say that. But she wasn't done yet. She then continued. You heard him there say, I believe yesterday and 2 days ago, even anything credible, he wants the Department of Justice to release. He wants Pam Bondi to release. And I think that that's what his supporters certainly want to see happen. He tends to agree with them, and that's why he's saying that. So you want more transparency. Varney asks you, what does that mean? And you're like, well, it means whatever he wants it to mean, but we do need more, and the base wants more, and he wants what the base wants. So no, he doesn't. He's already disowned his base. By the time you went on Stuart Varney's show to give this rambling, incoherent response, he had already told them, go away. You're troublemakers. You're losers. I don't want your support. You're my former supporters. So you're like, well, he wants what the base wants. The base wants him to give everything. Not a selection, not a, here's some grand jury materials that probably have everybody's names blacked out of it, which is what they're probably going to release. That's what Trump is saying he's going to release, if he releases any of it. But it's not going to have the names of the clients. It's going to be blacked out. It's going to be redacted because in terms of prosecuting Epstein for that grand jury, those names were irrelevant. But anyway, Varney was not happy with this answer. Nobody was. So Varney pressed her again and he goes, do you think there's more to be produced, more to reveal? And she said, well, look, I work right here at Fox News. I don't work for the administration. I don't know exactly what's going on there and what they have, but I do think that ultimately more will come out because he has been committed as a president during his first term and second term now to truth, transparency, and that goes for all things, and I believe it will include this as well. So she wants more transparency, but she doesn't know what that means. She thinks Trump has already been transparent and honest, but clearly doesn't know what those words mean either. because the Trump administration was one of the most secretive. I mean, hell, remember in the first term, they're all using, God, I forget the name of the app, WhatsApp, right? They were using that so their messages couldn't be saved and subjected to FOIA requests or, the Presidential Records Act. This has been the most secretive administration we've ever had, Laura. And God damn it, I am sick and tired of hearing Republicans say he's more transparent than anyone. If you believe that, you're the dumbest person on the planet. You genuinely are, because he hasn't been. But Lara Trump right now is trying to ride this fine line. She wants to side with the Republican MAGA base that knows that Trump is covering up, so she's playing to them. But then again, that's her father-in-law. So she's also got to take his side, because otherwise family gatherings in the future are going to be a little bit awkward. So she's playing both sides and somehow still losing on both. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.